Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slime, and it's time for your what to buy and what to avoid this week in GTA Online. Of course, the update went live yesterday. We got a new vehicle, we got sales, we got double money, we got 5 times money, and we're going to get into all of that. But before we do, I want you guys to take 1 second of your time to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel grow tremendously and how it performs in the YouTube algorithm. But now let's get into it. So we're going to start off with how to make money this week in Grand Theft Auto. Of course, it's double money and RP on your Acid Lab sale missions, your Fooligan jobs, those are the DAX missions when you call them on the phone, your first and last dose missions, and also the power play adversary mode. So of course, if you are a beginner player, you're going to want to do the first and last dose missions. I just made a video the other day on why the Acid Lab's the best beginner business, and now that they are double money, you can make about $2 million if it's your first time doing it. So you definitely want to make sure to get that done because it will give you the Acid Lab and, of course, like I said, about $2 million because of the first time completion bonus. But here are some things that you don't want to do this week, and I have to emphasize this, man. Do not buy the taxi or the Brigade 6x6 from the Warstock website. The Brigade from the Warstock website will not give you the Acid Lab even after you complete the first dose missions that are required to get an Acid Lab. It still will not give it to you. This is just the base vehicle itself. It's a complete waste of money. Don't get fooled by the sale. You will not get an Acid Lab if you buy the Brigade 6x6 from Warstock. And also, you can't use that taxi to do taxi work, which, speaking of taxi work, is 5 times money, and that's going to be located right here. You can make about 120K an hour, so you should probably do that also if you're a beginner. Here is the new vehicle at Luxury Autos. This is the Baller STD. Yep, they named it an STD. I don't know why. And we also have the Vapid Dominator with black stock rims, which is very nice. If you're into the small details like me, I like getting cars with black stock rims. It always looks pretty sick. So if you want a Vapid Dominator, which is the new Mustang they added a few weeks ago, you can get it now with black stock rims. But you could also just get these cars off your phone, and it would be a little bit cheaper because the ones at Luxury Autos do have a little bit of customization on them. I definitely suggest getting the new vehicle. We'll get into that later. I have full customization and review at the end of the video. In Simeon's, we have the Western Bagger. I'd say you could pass on that. We have the BF Raptor here. I'd say you could also pass on that. Horrible customization, horrible performance. Definitely avoid the BF Raptor at all costs, man. This shit's trash. And then we also have the DeClassy Vamos. It's pretty good if you like the oldies, if you're into collecting the classic cars. It looks pretty cool. I'm not sure exactly which car it's based off of. And then we also have the Lifeguard car, which Subscribe for Tacos made a video on how to get this for free. So if you want, just go check out his channel and you can get it for free without paying for it. The only car I would suggest at Simeon's is the Ocelot Lynx, which is right here. Pretty good customization, very good performance though. Very good handling, pretty good acceleration. Definitely a fun car to drive. So I would suggest getting the Ocelot Lynx, which is a removed vehicle. Now we're going to move on to the Salvage Yard robberies for this week. We have the Overflawed Tyrant, we have the Lampadati Komoda, and of course the Vapid Caracara 4x4. All 3 of these cars are very good performing cars. The reason I'm going into why you should maybe want to keep them is, you know, I stress this every single time we talk about the Salvage Yard. They are going to add an update where you can keep the vehicle. So if you like any of the cars, go ahead and keep them. Like you can see here, I have 4 cars that I would like to keep, and I'm just waiting on that update so that I could be able to keep these cars for my own personal collection. I don't know when it's coming. Hopefully it's soon. They have said, though, they have made an official statement that it is coming in drip feed, so hopefully soon. But anyway, moving on to the LS Car Meet. This is your prize ride. It is the Vapid Caracara 4x4. You just have to place top 5, I believe, in races for like 3 days in a row, so definitely worth doing. And then your HSW test track vehicle is going to be the Issy Weenie. Pretty good car, man. It has a funny name, but it's actually a pretty good car, especially with the HSW upgrade. And these are going to be the other 3 cars for your test track vehicles at the car meet. They're all 3 removed vehicles. There's a lot of removed vehicles this week, which is pretty cool. But the only one I would suggest getting from here is the Buffalo, all the way to the right. It's only $35,000, and it's the original Buffalo. You know, we all have a lot of memories with it. But let's move on to the podium vehicle of the week. It is the Ghostbusters vehicle, which I don't really like it too much, but I always spin the wheel anyway, you know, just to see if I could get a free car. So let's go ahead and do that live here with the guys, with the boys. Let's see what I could get. I heard you have to like flicker it very lightly, and the slow spin is the one that ends up on the car. And nope, we went right past the car. We got clothing. Beautiful, we got clothing. Look at that, we got a Scion sweater. What the hell am I gonna do with a Scion sweater, man? Anyway, here's your time trial locations. You have HSW right here, and then we also have your regular time trial right here. I suggest doing these every single week. Both of them put together is $350,000 for free. Now moving on to another car that I do have on the what you should buy list. This is the Entity MT. It is HSW capable, so I will say I only suggest this if you're on next gen console. Even though it has a downforce bug, it's still really fun to drive and it looks awesome. But anyway, here I do have the customization of the new vehicle, the Baller STD. This thing is fire. This thing is fire, man. I like to set mine up to look a little bit more realistic, so I didn't put like the rear splitters or anything like that. And I just kind of have it sped up so you guys can see all the options and, you know, not really take up too much time. But like I said, I like to make mine look a little realistic. So I think I left the rear diffuser stock. I left the hood stock. There is no skirt option on the car, which kind of sucks. I would have liked maybe some carbon skirts, like a nice thin looking one, but it's all good. I didn't put none of the liveries. They all look a little too extra, like a real Range Rover. This is based off a Range Rover, and a real Range Rover in real life would never have, you know, designs like that. But overall, man, I like the customization of the car. I kind of went with a silver and black look because I figured everybody was going to do like the white or the all black, you know, all black Range Rover, all white Range Rover. So we just did a nice silver and black, left the wheels stock because those are the most accurate rims that actually come on a Range Rover. So we left the wheels, you know, and also the stock wheels, the actual wheel itself is bigger, so it just makes the car look more like a SUV. I didn't really like the interior much. It actually looks a little cheap, so we just left it black. And we just kind of went with a nice like two-tone, a nice silver and black. And overall, though, I like the car. I think it looks absolutely awesome. The headlights, the taillights, the accuracy. You know, it's like almost like they're copy and pasting at this point with these newer vehicles. I don't know how they're not getting copyrighted. But absolutely awesome, man. I would definitely suggest getting this car. It's like $1.7 million. And I will say, it is one of the best performing SUVs, man. I'm not even joking. This thing performs really, really well. And it just looks downright awesome, man. You know, especially if you're going for a more realistic look, I think it looks really, really good. And I would definitely put this in the what to buy this week section. But we are going to go over that at the end. I'm going to have the do's and don'ts of this week. I figured it'd make it a little bit easier, you know, for people who just don't watch the whole video. You can kind of just skip to the end. But here I have a little bit of a test run with the car, you know, so you can see the handling. It just eats corners, bro. This thing literally eats corners. It's fast. This thing moves, fellas. This thing really does move. And I think it might be the best SUV in the game that's non-HSW, because of course the Pfister Astron Custom is probably the best SUV, but that's because it has HSW on it, right? This thing has no HSW. It just picks up speed like a beast. It eats corners. Very, very sturdy, and it's pretty good off-road. It doesn't really lose, you know, balance. I like to also test SUVs off-road. You can see it just swallows mountains, bro. Ended up taking a fall here, and now we're upside down. So that's how that went. But overall, man, very, very good car. I definitely suggest buying it. But anyway, we are going to move into the wrap-up of the what to buy and what to avoid this week. So I kind of have it subjected to do's and don'ts. So of course, we're going to start off with the do's of this week. Acid Lab sale missions, first and last dose missions, 5x money on taxi work, get the Baller STD, get the Entity MT only if you have HSW on next gen, the Ocelot Lynx, and the Bravado Buffalo. These are my do's of the week in Grand Theft Auto Online. These are things that I suggest, you know, either doing for money or items that you should be buying. These are my personal selections. Acid Lab sale missions are double money, so you must do them. First and last dose, you should do them if you haven't. And of course, all the other vehicles I'd say are safe to buy. Now let's look at the don'ts. So the don'ts is the Brigade 6x6 from Warstock and also the Taxi from Warstock. And then most of the Simeon's vehicles. Most of them were trash. Only the Ocelot Lynx was pretty good. But the Brigade 6x6 and the Taxi from Warstock, avoid them at all costs because you can't use the Taxi to do the 5 times taxi work. work. And the Brigade 6x6, it's impossible to get an acid lab inside that thing. The only way to get an acid lab is to complete the first dose missions, which are double money and RP this week. So if you haven't, you should definitely go do that. It'll only take you about 2 hours to finish all 6 of them, maybe even less than that, maybe even like an hour. And you will have an acid lab and also an Ocelot Virtue if you complete the last dose missions as well. The Ocelot Virtue is a sick car. But anyway, that pretty much wraps us up. Of course, I do this every single Friday, what to buy and what to avoid, the day after the weekly updates go live on Thursday. So, so far it's been doing pretty well on the channel. You guys have been enjoying them. So I'm going to keep doing them. So this is just another installment in a weekly series that I plan on doing every single week for you guys. Before we end the video, I will ask again, take 1 second of your time to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. It takes literally 1 second of your time. It helps me and my channel grow tremendously. So join the Slime Squad. Don't be stupid. And until the next one, peace out, boys.